should have some popcorn from now on. We should just, every time Micah comes on, we should bring some popcorn.
Great idea.
All right, so we are welcoming back Micah Payne from Black on Black Cinema podcast. Micah.
There's nothing like a discussion on worldly events and then just kind of skid right into a couple of movies.
You just throw Micah in there.
Speaking of transitions.
All right, so Micah, give you a second. Just remind everybody about yourself, Black on Black Cinema, and what Black on Black Cinema is all about.
I'm a podcaster. We've me and my buddy Jay have been podcasting with an assortment of friends for this will be our 10th year in September. And this
10 years ago? There were podcasts
yeah.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
And Black on Black Cinema is one of the podcasts we do. We spotlight movies that center around the Black experience or are created by Black people, and we review them because sometimes those movies don't get the mainstream appeal that they should. But you know, I love movies, period. And I have a couple of movies for you guys today. One of them is a 2021 science fiction thriller called Stowaway. Now, here's the log line. A 3-person crew on a mission to Mars faces an impossible choice when an unplanned passenger jeopardizes the lives of everyone on board. The film is directed by Joe Penna. It is starring Anna Kendrick, Daniel Day Kim, Shamir Anderson, and Toni Collette. Look, I like my space movies. My space movies, like the space movies tend to come in a couple different flavors, right? One of them is like science fiction horror. One is science fiction survivalist, and the perfect science fiction movie, space movie, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Nice.
This movie tries to kind of juggle the line between thriller and survivalist. The thing about space movies like this, it's a slow burn, right? It kind of takes a minute to get things going, and it because it's space, it's isolation, right? And everybody's just kind of with their thoughts. So all these space movies take a slow burn. I prefer the more the thriller aspect and the horror aspect. This, in my opinion, did not hit that, and it didn't touch on it. It did touch on it, but it didn't go as far as I think it should. With the question of there's a stowaway here, and there's not enough resources for 4 people on this 3-person mission. What's going to happen?
I mean, it was an easy answer for me. I don't know about the rest of you.
Exactly.
Answer for me about what we gonna do with it. But
you know, one thing I'm gonna just so knowing a little bit about NASA, I'm gonna just jump in here real quick. So knowing a little bit about NASA puts in a significant number of contingencies that I don't believe are taken into account in movies. I don't believe they're taken into account in movies. There's a we're talking about one CO2 unit goes out, and all of a sudden it's just okay. The mission's over. That's not how NASA does things. I will tell you.
I will tell you.
As our NASA expert, can you answer me this question? How did he get screwed in to that area?
I can't figure that
Right?
out. That's the
They
strangest
never
thing.
answer that.
I had to rewatch the scene just to understand what happened.
I was like, is there an explanation how he got up there?
That I didn't get. Okay.
People who were doing checks and balances before we sent
was
3 folks in, no one thought, okay, how did people looking to screw all of these things in not see the big Black man in a white space suit?
I know.
I don't know. I don't have the answer for that one. I wish I did, but that's
for me. There were too many little things like that were just not believable. And you know, I don't know that NASA would send a 3-person crew on a 2-person vehicle that's been souped up to just meet
That's true.
the requirements for 3 people.
That's very true.
So and then that's it. You throw a 4th person into the mix, and like Liz, I'm with Liz. I'm very utilitarian, where it's just kind of like, oh well, someone's taking a little morphine nap tonight, and there you go. Let's carry on with our mission, because the options are we don't have enough resources to make it to point B, and Anna Kendrick's character is kind of foolish, because if you're the type of person who jumps into riptide waters, you're a statistic waiting to happen. You know, here's your Darwin Award. You were well intended, but here's your Darwin Award, buddy. It's there's just too many little things that weren't believable, but it was beautiful.
She was also foolish because she was the only doctor. Like, they need her on that ship. For any mishap that might happen, for any medical emergency, she's the only person who can address that. And so the fact that she was a scapegoat at the end, and she was the one that was sacrificed, I'm like, y'all really not going to throw Michael out there? I would have thrown him off of that ship so quickly. He would not have been
That's messed up.
That's
Sorry.
messed up, Liz.
That is so messed up. That was going to be
But
one
I
of my
think that-
questions. I was like, how many of us
Yeah.
being the captain would just throw him out and be like, forget it? I'm just curious. You guys
I mean,
are
look,
crazy,
look.
man.
Look,
I
look,
I will never
understand-
take a ship with you guys. I'm going nowhere with you.
Don't go away in my ship.
Yeah.
Ship.
He didn't do it on
stow away when
purpose.
resources
Logical.
are finite. When resources are
It's
finite, if you're going
logical.
to boat, I'm not dying of starvation because you snuck aboard or got sealed up aboard. You don't belong there. Sorry, there's no emotional bond
No.
with you yet, and I don't
Ooh,
want to
man.
die.
I'm surprised Rob B's saying it, but I'm not surprised Lizzie's saying it.
That they would have faced, it would not have been as easy as the death that David gave the option for Michael. David gave Michael the option to take an injection
That's a fair thing to do. I agree with that.
easily in his sleep. They would have suffocated. It would not have been pretty. And even before they suffocated, they're thinking about it. They may have turned on each other. If I was Daniel Day Kim, if I was David in that situation, I wouldn't have even told Michael. I would have jabbed him in his sleep.
Yes, I believe
That's-
you
that's the
would.
question I
I
was gonna
totally
ask you.
believe
That's the
Lizzie
question I was
would.
gonna
I'm
ask.
not-
Oh my
I'm-
god.
No harm, no foul.
No,
She's so
listen,
serious.
y'all some rude. I would have tried to do what Anna Kendrick did and try to figure it out. That's what I
Yeah.
would have done. I would have done exactly what she did. I would have been trying to help her, hold out hope, figure something out.
So you would have risked the solar array that is required for the
Yep.
rest of your 2 years?
Yes.
Ah,
No, I
no.
I
CO2.
would've.
Like, we're not all dying for the sake
Gianni's
of
with
this
me.
song.
I got Gianni on my side.
Because you have to have faith, because we're not gonna die. Like, we're not gonna die, guys. There's no way we're gonna die. There's no way.
Dude.
Listen. They figured it out, and they would have had enough oxygen if it wasn't for this stupid solar whatever storm thing that
Solar-
happened.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
I
the
shouldn't have said
option.
that. I'm sorry. I might have given a spoiler away. Sorry, guys. Spoilers.
This whole
They don't know.
is about spoilers. What are you talking about? This whole
Wait, I gotta go online real quick. I gotta see what people are saying. Hold on. I gotta see who's saying. Let me see. We got so Jose said, Lizzie, I would do the same thing. Whatever.
Joe, oh my
Thank you.
goodness.
Thank you.
I mean, look, self-preservation is a thing, guys. Like, I like Michael a lot, but I'm with Daniel
Yeah.
Day Kim on this.
Oh,
I
would have given him the
I'm
option.
sorry.
I certainly would have given. I agree with giving him the option.
Yeah, and then I would have made him
Is
take
it
the
because he
option.
was a man? What if it was a woman?
So we're obviously the answer is that 3 out of 5 of us would kill the dude.
Yeah.
No, it's not killing him. It's preserving my life.
That's to kill him. You have to
to
kill
kill
him
him,
to
though.
preserve your life.
You're not even supposed to be here, Michael, in the first place. I'm not even supposed to be dealing with you in the first place, okay? But my question to the panel is, did anyone think in watching this movie, did anyone suspect that he may have done it on purpose?
I did, but I couldn't figure out why or how. I couldn't figure out the
Because he was
motive or
training.
even how he did it.
He's training for the next mission. So if a service panel is left off and he stows himself way up inside, if he's hiding intentionally, then another tech would come along. Okay, it's clear, secure the panel. But they didn't really get into it, which that was kind of the
But
crux
his
of it
reaction
for me.
seemed
It's like,
genuine that he was like, "What? We took off?" I mean,
For 2 seconds.
oh,
For 2 seconds. After that, he was like, "All right, I'm here. I'm, watching movies on my iPad. I'm chilling."
That's true.
No.
I mean, I might have been chilling too. I might have
I
been like,
never thought
"What?"
about that
Once I
until now.
realized I'm up in space and I'm heading to Mars, I might have been like, "Yeah."
Would have gotten off of my shit.
Right?
No.
I'm
And
gonna
they
grow
taking
some
care of
poop
his sister for whatever she needs. I'm like, okay.
full ride. I'm with Neo. I'd be excited. It's like, great. I'm gonna grow some poo potatoes on Mars, like Matt Damon.
Everyone
I
has
feel-
people at home. Like that story, while sad, I got a story too. Like your story is no better than mine, and I'm supposed to be here. You're not. Yanni, what you got to say?
I was gonna say, like Micah said, I do usually like when it comes to sci-fi and space films, I like more thriller, horror, something that gets you on like.
That's what I was sort of expecting
but-
from it.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. I was too, but I felt like I kind of liked that this was more down to earth in a way. Like it kind of felt really relatable because we like how we're in that example. Like we are trying to figure out if who would kill Michael, like who would kill the fourth person. Is it right? Is it morally correct? You guys are not giving.
He's just killing the people, man.
I couldn't kill him. I would feel horrible. And then what if you guys end up dying? Like afterwards.
But my mission was not to die for a stowaway. If I think I'm gonna
That's
die,
true.
it would have been on Mars. It would not have been this whole other situation before I even got to Mars. And like David said, like his 2 years of work was wiped away, gone, trash, in trying to save Michael. But
Michael,
going back
yeah.
to something Nico said about, CO2 and the oxygen or whatever, how about when Zoe, when she and David went up and they retrieved the canister. I can't remember if it was an oxygen canister or a CO2 canister, but she retrieved
Liquid O2.
Liquid O2. Okay. So coming down, she didn't have it tethered to anything. So of course it was gonna fall. Like I'm just like, oh my god, this is the dumbest scene ever. Did we really think she was gonna knock back down with that canister?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Wasn't believable.
Well,
Wasn't believable.
I personally liked the movie. I even liked the way it ended
too.
because I thought it was the right time to end. I will say the whole movie, I was like, okay, where's the catastrophic thing? Where's the something catastrophic? I mean, it started with one catastrophic thing, but I knew they had to end it on something catastrophic. I kept waiting for what it was. It took a little time to get there, but you knew it was coming. And then I like the way it ended. I think the moment it ended, because I usually don't like, I don't like movies that don't wrap things up for me usually. But
It didn't wrap up.
right, and I for some reason I liked it with this movie. I thought it worked.
Okay, now the doctor on my ship has died. Michael, you're useless. As we
He's
go
completely
to Mars.
useless.
Yeah.
Watch your back, bruh. You better watch
You
your
can't
back around me.
I know. All I know is if I was
You can't
Mike,
even use the climbing gear.
if I was Michael, I definitely would have figured out how to climb that damn tether.
Exactly. At least offer. At least, say, no, I have to do this. I have to earn my spot on this ship.
All right. Well, we got to get to the next movie. That was a good
The
discussion.
liability.
All right,
Yeah.
Micah, tell us all about the next.